Today, we'll be creating a profitable and converting Facebook ad together within 20 minutes, step by step. Now, this method takes into consideration all the updates to Facebook to ensure that this method is still up to date and relevant and, of course, effective. So please take the time to smash the thumbs up button if you find this video of use and is valuable to you. And, of course, subscribe for digital marketing and e-commerce content if you haven't already subscribed. Now, let's get stuck into it and bring up my window here. And of course, we're on Facebook Ads Manager. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see the results I've been able to achieve from my own business with Facebook ads, subtle hint, 72 times return on investment, then be sure to check out my live $0 to $10,000 challenge, Facebook ads challenge on my channel, and also stay until the end of this video. Now, getting back into it, we're on my Ads Manager account and you just want to hit conversions within the campaign objective. And there's a couple of things you want to do before we move on. The first thing is turn on campaign budget optimization, CBO, and also turn on split tests here. So with split tests, you want the variable to be the audience. So click audience and then move on. Now I'll explain these things later on, but let's move on to the ad set level now. So with this, we want the ad set to obviously be optimized for purchase. So go ahead and click purchase. Now this is going to differ a little if you're in a service-based business, for instance, or you have a real life business. This also applies to you, but you also want to drive foot traffic instead. You want to drive form collection, for instance. But in this case, let's stick with a purchase conversion. So scrolling down, this is an important part. We actually want to change the variable A/B split test to audience. Now, what this is going to allow us to do is essentially test our ads with minimal budget and ensure that we're actually hitting the right audience. Now, this is a relatively new feature. They've integrated this feature into Facebook ads platform itself rather than having to manually do it through the ad set level, which was how we previously did it. Now you can essentially just click the split test button and split test via audience. And there's also another perk to this, which is also the fact that there's no audience overlap. So in other words, Facebook won't serve to the same audience two different ads. It'll basically serve the different ads to different audiences in order to split test and test which ad is the best performing and which audience, because that's a variable here, is the best performing audience. So that's what we want to figure out. We want to make sure that we're figuring out the right audience to advertise to, and beyond that, obviously using a high performing ad. So make sure that you click the variable audience and then create a couple different audiences here. Now it's up to you how many variables you want or how many different ad sets you want. You can obviously test with another ad set. You can go up to as many as you want, but that's depending on the budget. That's depending on how much money you want to spend, because you do need to allocate a high percentage of budget if you're going to split test more variables and different ad sets. So let's go ahead for this example. I'm just going to go with 2. So essentially an A/B split test. And then what you want to be doing while creating these new audiences, because this is a cold audience, this is just purely using interest targeting here. We want to make sure that we niche down, okay? The potential reach needs to be roughly 50,000 to 500,000. That's the target potential reach you want to hit when it comes to cold audiences and a brand new ad here. So for this case, let's go with a random example and let's target pets. Okay, very generic niche, I know, but let's continue with this example anyway. So bringing it down, let's go pretty broad here and let's randomly find a couple detailed target sets here. Now we're gonna go pretty broad, like I said, pet and pet lovers. Now we're gonna narrow down the audience, so this is a bit of flex targeting here. And like I said, you want to play around with it until you get roughly 50 to 500,000. Now, as you can see, pet lovers is too small. The potential reach is now 14,000. So we want to revert back a little and narrow the audience in a different manner. So let's target outdoor, or let's go target dogs. Okay, so interests. Let's narrow down it further. Also cats. So as you can see, the potential reach is still far too high for a cold audience targeting ad set, 4.4 million. Let's continue to narrow further. And as you can see, this is very generic detailed targeting. I don't recommend going as generic as I am, but I'm just simply trying to give you an example here. But when you're entering in your detailed targeting yourself, you should be rather specific with your niche or with the product that you're trying to sell. The more detailed, the better, essentially. So let's go ahead and input another very generic interest here, dog lover, for example. And let's hope this brings us to, so that's fine, 74,000, that's above 50,000. You want to hit that sweet spot of 50,000 to 500,000 initially when you're testing. And then let's use this and hit confirm. So that's essentially one audience that we're going to test here. That's one variable. Now moving on to the other audience, let's go hit edit. And this time we're going to use the exact same sort of setup, but then we're going to test against. So let me build this out first. Narrow audience, we're going to hit dogs. Dogs the interest, not the job title, and then cats. And in this case, let's just say theoretically, in the other audience ad set, we were testing dogs, dog lovers. Now, maybe in this case, we want to change it up and then target cat lovers. Okay, so let's go check that out. So 220,000 people here. So significantly higher audience, which is totally fine. It's still in our sweet spot. And if you really want to go detailed with these audience split tests, which I do recommend, you can change up the age, gender, location, and even go even further with different targeting options. So let's go ahead and click update. So now we're essentially, what we're testing here is the audience, which is dog lovers and cat lovers. That's the difference that we're testing here with our product that we have. Okay, so going into placements, since this is a test, we need to edit the placements here. We want to be effective with our money that we're burning through. So let's go ahead and edit the placements. All we want in this case is tick off audience network, tick off messenger, and we just want newsfeed placements for Instagram and for Facebook. So go ahead and just remove everything else and untick these boxes. Let's go ahead and untick these boxes. And the reason being is because we want to maximize our cost per conversion. We want to lower our cost in order to get that conversion. Now, when testing, we want to be very specific with the platforms that we are testing on. What I find best when testing is simply news feeds and Instagram feeds, and that is it. They convert very well. Engagement is high. Obviously, some of these placements you can't get engagement and comments and likes. So Instagram newsfeed, Facebook newsfeed is the way to go. So moving on, of course, there's other options here that you can use, but I'm not going to get into further detail there. They're not necessary at this point. And then with delivery optimization. Now, when it comes to delivery optimization, this is more advanced, but for now, let Facebook's algorithm do the job for you. So for the most part, it's pretty good when it comes to just a new campaign. Facebook does a good job optimizing the campaign automatically. However, this is an extremely important part in optimizing your campaign when you're scaling your ad and also when you're growing as a business, but that is more advanced and I'll leave that for another time. What you do want to ensure though is that optimization for ad delivery is set to conversions and then move down. Now, when it comes to daily budget, this is purely up to you. Now, of course, you have to be wary of how many different ad sets you're testing and how many audiences variables that you're testing in general. So the more ad sets that you have, the more versions that you have, the more money that you need to allocate towards each audience. Now, Facebook gives you this estimated test power. So essentially, if you increase the budget, let's say to $800, the estimated test power will also increase. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This is essentially Facebook trying to push you to spend more money on the platform. I found that an estimated test power of even 60% is totally fine anyway. So again, play around with this and play around with the money that you do have to test. I'm wary that a lot of beginners do not have a lot of money to spend up front when it comes to Facebook ads. So just be wary of your own budget. But again, you need to be wary of a few variables, which is how many ad sets that you're testing. And on top of that, the duration that you want this campaign to run over. Now, this is a pro tip. because I work directly with Facebook and Instagram offices, I have the intel from them directly. And this is a pro tip directly from Facebook. They say do not go under 4 days in terms of duration, so you can give it enough time to optimize and test different variables. If you go, there's an option to go 1 to 3 days. However, typically, unless you're spending thousands of dollars, 1 to 3 days is not enough to allow the algorithm to test properly which variable is going to work for you. So do not stick with 3 days or below. So go with 4 days. Obviously, the more the merrier, but let's be honest, who has the money to test for 30 days? Even top tier brands do not have that much money typically. So let's go click continue from there and then move on to the ad level. Now we're on the ad level. Of course, one of the most important elements of your ad campaign is the ad itself. Copywriting, okay, which is actually the text in your ad, and then the creative itself, which is either a video or a GIF or an image, etc. So what I have found to make things easier for you and to save your time, the easiest win will always be a video ad, a very specific, tailored video ad. And there's a very easy way to get this done. I know a lot of you are wondering how you can create video ads. Now, this is a great tool to use when it comes to video ads, and this is wave.video. Now, I've already pre-selected a video campaign here, but what this is, it's essentially a web video editing tool that makes things so easy. It's kind of like Canva, but for video, if you're wary of Canva. But going back into it, basically going into wave.video, you're met with a whole bunch of templates that you're able to use and able to select from this. So this is just the pets niche that you can use, but of course you can use any of these templates and tailor it to your own product and niche. But it's a great solution when you want something up and running real quick that is also going to convert and is meant specifically for Facebook and Instagram ads. So going back into it, I've already selected this template here just as an example here. What you're going to do is basically change the text and change the background image. Or if you have a video already, that's fine too. You can also implement a video itself, add the video, add the photos, and then implement the text afterwards. So what you're going to do is go into these keyframes here and change the text. As you can see, I've changed the text. Make any purchase this weekend only. It can be a discount. It can be just be calling out the product itself. So in this case, we're selling antlers for pets. So go ahead and edit the text itself. Click play. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward stuff. So all the animations are there and whatnot. It is a very quick solution, but also very worthwhile because it just works. So you're just going to work through this implemented. So you're just going to work through this interface here, and you've also got graphics and stickers. As you can see, you can literally drag and drop and change the stickers. It's kind of like Instagram. It works really well. Now you've also got timely marketing factors here. Click here, for instance. You also got 2 minutes, scarcity options here. Great stuff overall. And now, of course, you don't want to use Shutterstock images, but this is purely just an example. Let's remove that. But you get the gist, right? So this is a great option to quickly make video ads at your convenience directly from your desk or wherever you are, simply that fast. Now, watermark, you can choose to add a watermark or not, and then you can add your music and select from their own royalty-free music as well. And then finally, you're going to hit publish and download the video. So from there, also, I want to add one thing, going back as well, looking at this is a great thing about wave.video. Instead of spending so much time trying to edit your videos and also repurpose them for different formats, you can simply click manage formats up here, and they give you a whole load of different ad formats you're able to tailor to. So for instance, 4x5, if you want to also go with carousel ads, they've got carousel ads here. They've got the full portrait ads, 16x19. So let's just click that and add that in just as an example. So you can see here, if we go back into the edit preview, you've got the 4x5 vertical placement, which is what we want. And you also got 16x9 horizontal. It automatically updates everything and the elements within the video. Also, you've got the square function as well, 1x1, but you get the point. Basically, it optimizes the placements on the fly for you and makes things super easy and just saves a lot of time. Now, if you're interested in this program, by the way, or this software, I should say, check the links down below because I'm going to leave a link that has a direct 10% discount if you use my link with wave.video. It is an affiliate link, so it does help me out, but it also helps you out too because it's a 10% discount. So be sure to check them out if you're interested in using this tool. Placeit is also a great tool to use too. However, wave.video does give you a few more options when it comes to templates and placements. So going back into it, let's go ahead and upload this video that I created earlier into the ads platform, and I'll run you through a few more things that you do need to be wary of. So click browse library, I'll upload video. If this is completely new, then I'm gonna upload this specific example here that we've just created together. Then as you can see, it's going to play nicely like this, as so. And it's really important that you do have your subtitles in here. Reason being, videos play without sound automatically on Facebook unless you click on them. So subtitles and captions are extremely important in selling your product itself. So a few things I do want to note when it comes to best practice, when it comes to ad copy. You want to keep ad copy short and sharp, okay? So ad copy being the description and the primary text and headline. So in this case, say for example, I'm not going to build out the entire ad copy here, but just to give an example, Friday. Limited time only. Now, this is just an example. It's not something that you should stick to. However, the point is, you want to keep your ad copy short and sharp, and this is extremely important because the point of an ad is to attract the click, not the purchase. Let me repeat this again. You need to attract the click, not the purchase. Now, you don't want to fill in the space with a full-on sales pitch. The best ads attract the click, not the purchase, and your sales page is the place you want to sell the prospects on the product and service. So from here, once you've created the entire ad, you want to set it live, obviously, and spend a few days letting it optimize and test which audience is working for you. The next step you want to do is go back into your ads manager from at the home page. I'm just going to leave this page. And then from this page, you want to watch some key metrics here. Key metrics being cost per click, cost per conversion, how many clicks you're receiving, and also a couple other elements such as ad frequency and quality score. These are all really important metrics you need to watch. And if they fluctuate, you want to kill off the ads that aren't working for you and let the winning ads run for you. Now, how you're going to do this is go into the campaign itself. And this is the important part. This is why we switched on campaign budget optimization earlier. You're going to go into the ad itself, the campaign itself, sorry. And for example, let's just click on this random campaign here. You're going to watch all the audiences that are currently being split tested and watch those metrics on a day-to-day basis. Now, you want to just kill off the campaigns, the ad sets that aren't working for you. And Facebook will do a good job in allocating its budget automatically through campaign budget optimization and also through the split test. And then at that point, you want to continue reallocating your budget into that one ad set that is working really well for you. And then you're left with the winning audience. And at that point, hopefully it's making some sort of a profit to you, and you can continue to test through different strategies to build upon this strategy and also continue to scale, which is a whole different strategy in itself. But that is, guys, the way to manage your Facebook ads in terms of conversion campaign in 2020, taking into consideration a couple changes in the interface and CBO. But this is just one simple strategy. Like I said, I've had huge success through Facebook, 72 times return on ad spend. That's $1 put in, $72 out on scale, which is absolutely insane. Now, there's obviously a lot more detail I have to go into with this video in order to achieve results like that, because I just scratched the surface. But this is a great start if you're just beginning with Facebook ads and if you want to get up to scratch with the latest changes on Facebook ads. However, if you want a lot more detail, then be sure to check out my social marketing mastery program, which has just recently launched. And Trust me, guys, it is a robust program. I've put all my knowledge and distilled it into a very robust 6-week implementation program. You know what? Just watch this video, and if it's something of interest to you, I urge you to check the links down below and enroll today, and I'll see you in the classroom. I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on Facebook ads alone, and now I'm distilling everything that I've learned from the past 5 years into this breakthrough program for you. Social Marketing Mastery. It's a 6-week comprehensive implementation program where I'll be taking you from subpar ads through to demigod status when it comes to digital marketing, whether you're running a social media marketing agency or whether you're freelancing or running an e-commerce business. You'll get in this program over 60 professional and detailed videos, insider ad targeting secrets, specific strategies to increase conversions and scale sales, and an up-to-date program that covers all the changes on Facebook, including CBO and the new interface. You also get access to the digital student classroom, direct access to me as your mentor, and you also get monthly live Q&As and a bunch of bonuses and resources. It is a lot that I'm giving away in this program, and it's something that I wish I had when first running Facebook ads, as it would have saved me a lot of time and money. If you're tired of spending time and money on Facebook ads without seeing any sort of results, well, I'm going to change that for you in this program. I'm going to save you the guesswork. Click on the enroll button on this page and secure your spot today, and let's turn you into a digital marketing demigod. I'll see you in the inside.